Everybody, welcome back to the RGR Football Channel. My name is Daniel Harms. Apologize for the audio today. My microphone cut out on me, so we are using a headset today. We're going to talk a little bit about some impact players, one on offense, one on defense. And we're going to start off by seeing some really impactful plays made by some of the best players on the Chiefs defense. Two guys, Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie, just to get us nice and warmed up. Look at the back end here. Trevor Lawrence is holding on that football. There's nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go with the football. It's all blotted up. He's got absolutely nowhere. Boom. It's just blanketed coverage. It's the third down, and you're just seeing no one across the formation. There's no one as an outlet. He has to hold on to the football, and Chris Jones takes advantage of that. And there's one big area that I want to talk about here. The Chiefs have done a really great job of creating one-on-ones for their defensive ends. They're going to essentially only rush three players, and they're going to use Willie Gay as a spy, but he's going to take the attention of an interior offensive lineman. So you have 3-on-2 created right here, and then Dunlap and Chris Jones on their own. Really creative design from Steve Spagnuolo and Joe Cullen. In my opinion, he's done a great job of influencing this defensive line, and you're going to see the excellent job of Chris Jones right here. Boom, push, push, and give me all that space to the inside so I can come in and get the sack on Trevor Lawrence. We're going to see up here at the top, Trent McDuffie is going to make an impact play from the secondary, realizing, understanding that this is going to be a screen. He comes in, boom, makes a play. L'Jarius Sneed cleans it up. The recognition skills from the young corner and Trent McDuffie have been off the charts to this point. He broke up two passes in this game, essentially two passes. One that was going to be thrown over his head that he was fighting with Marvin Jones. The other one where he actually broke it up. You just love seeing the recognition skills from a young player early on in their career. And Trent McDuffie is at the top of this class in terms of corner play with the two guys in Sauce Gardner and Tariq Woolen, in my opinion, with the talent he has. So you love seeing it, him come down, never afraid to come into the play and make a play. So it's going to bring us into the meat of our discussion today. Two guys, like I said, one offense, one defense. We're going to start on defense with Carlos Dunlap. He has been required to step into a much more significant playing time than probably the Chiefs anticipated early on in his season for the Chiefs. But this is not more than just Carlos Dunlap, because we're going to get to his play on this double team in a second. But what I want you to notice is the Chiefs dial up this slot corner blitz with Justin Reed, and that allows Carlos Dunlap to then come inside. Usually you want your defensive end setting an edge against what this is going to be supposed to be an outside zone. But the Chiefs bring a little bit of a different look, and they force the Jaguars into a bad position. So we can see right here that, again, Dunlap comes inside against this guard, but you have Justin Reed, who's going to slide underneath that receiver, come in and force the issue with Travis Etienne, who then has to cut back inside. And then we can get to Carlos Dunlap taking on this double team. So as a defensive end coming across the face of a tackle, you're going to lull him into a false sense of security. He doesn't see the defensive cornerback coming from this way. He doesn't see it. His attention is on the inside. So he thinks the guard is going to be able to take advantage and hold up Dunlap long enough to be able to let Travis Etienne get to the edge. So he starts working his way down to the linebackers. He sees Nick Bolton coming in, so he's like, okay, I'm going to go get hat on a hat, and I'm going to block him. Obviously, the guard is now turned almost to the sideline. So Dunlap is like, fine, I can come down here and just split this double team because we have created a false sense of security with this tackle trying to get to the next level, and the guard thinking that, he's going to be able to keep pushing him that way. But when you have Justin Reed coming off the edge, it creates a little bit of pressure on that running back to then cut inside, and Carlos Dunlap can help finish the play. Great 1-2 punch from Reed and Carlos Dunlap right there. You see in the exact same position right now up on the top of your screen, and they're going to match up their two best one-on-one pass rushers with each other right now. Dunlap next to Chris Jones, and this is really a nice play from all three defensive ends. You want to say Chris Jones is kind of a defensive end. So Dunlap, Jones, and Karlaftis are going to do a really nice job on this play. And to start, let's focus on George Karlaftis collapsing the pocket. So he's going to do a really good job here, again, using that inside hand to force that tackle back, collapse the pocket. I want to see him go off the edge there a little bit more, but at the end of the day, he's just kind of there to help and support the two gain parts of this sack. Carlos Dunlap, first of all, watch him. Watch this hand that's in the dirt and how he's going to be able to force the issue with the tackle, make the tackle play to what he wants. It's going to be kind of like a ghost hand. He's going to throw it out there right here, and then he's going to bring it inside underneath. He never even touches the tackle, but he turns him to the sideline, and then he gets around. So I want you to just kind of notice all the little things about Dunlap. He sets this up prior. He's going to stress the edge, and he's going to make the tackle right here come after his shoulder. So he's going after the shoulder. He's got both hands on the shoulder. That's something you notice in tape. That's something you notice throughout the game, that he's not a one hand mover with you. He's trying to get both hands on you. And then you can manipulate based off of that. And he's going to take some speed to the edge here and then watch his ankles right here. A little bit late on that, but he's got really nice ankle flexion that allow him to turn the corner and not lose any speed. Some guys, they can't keep that corner. They have to kind of learn to dip, or they just get thrown upfield. But right here is what I'm talking about. He's going to plant that inside foot right here, and then he's going to turn upfield and not lose any of it. Then he can corner right along that tackle. And then obviously Chris Jones, so fast, he's set up to the guards outside. He's almost on the outside shoulder of the tackle here, and so he's forcing that guard to come out. Boom, beats him inside. It's all over from there. 1, 2, 3 guys doing a great job rushing the passer, and Dunlap hits together with Chris Jones to make that play happen. Again, Carlos Dunlap is up at the top of your screen, and this is just something I like to watch because it's fun to see happen. Sometimes you get lucky in football, and when the Jaguars trying to set up a screen here to Jermichael Hasty, Dunlap isn't doing anything special. He's working to the outside, and then he disengages, and the running back is right in his lap. So he makes the tackle for a loss on the play. And this would have been blown up anyway by Willie Gay and Colin Saunders. If you watch both of these guys, they had it on lockdown. But just funny seeing how Dunlap recognized it and gets a running back right into his lap. Great, really big shout out to Carlos Dunlap, playing huge key snaps for this Chiefs defense over the course of the last 2 weeks with Frank Clark out. Really, for all season, he's been a much more impactful player than I think people would have expected. Now we get to the guy everyone wants to talk about, Kadarius Toney. He is a real impact player for this offense. He does things that only Tyreek Hill was able to do in terms of the short area quickness. He brings a different kind of agility, a different kind of athletic ability, and a different kind of speed, quickness to the position of wide receiver that they didn't have up until he's now on the team. So obviously, we noticed there is not one person within 20 yards of Kadarius Toney when he scores this touchdown, but this is set up by Travis Kelce, in my opinion, using himself as a screener, as a blocker, in terms of taking up some of the attention from the defense. So they're going to have the jet sweep over, which is going to bring three wide receivers to the side. So it's going to be a 3-by-1 formation. After that, they're going to have Pacheco run like a flare curl. So he's going to come here and turn around. Juju's going to run a curl and then work his way across the formation. These are all at the sticks. When I say the sticks, I mean the goal line. They're going to have Justin Watson come across the field. The formation just kind of takes some attention from this safety. And then, Travis Kelce's going to do his thing. He's going to work up the seam and kind of look inside first and then work his way around when he sees Mahomes kind of not getting the ball out. So all this does is it creates a little bit of confusion in the middle of the field. And when you see the shift from the defense first, there isn't much shift to begin with. The motion happens. They don't actually shift in position with Kadarius Toney going from left to right. And then you see right here is where a little bit of confusion happens, in my opinion. You see Kelce take a little bit of contact with the underneath defender to the safety, and that forces two players now on Travis Kelce. He turns, puts his hands on Kelce. Kadarius Toney's in the flat. No one's there. Mahomes feels a little bit of pressure, so he understands his hot route. His guy, he gets the ball out, his check down, whatever you want to call it, is Kadarius Toney. He takes the ball, gives it to him, and then we get to see the celebration that he has. I think he planned, as soon as he realized he was close enough to the sideline, he just kind of jump, 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 and kept going. A lot of fun. This guy's going to be a very exciting player, and I liked to see him joke around there, kind of throw a little shade at the New York Giants, because he's clearly fine. He's going to be a hugely impactful player for this offense, and then he's going to add something also to the special teams, because everybody likes a little bit of unpredictability in everything. We know that he's adding that sense to the offense, and he's going to do that with the special teams as well. Playing in the blind spot of the punt cover guy there, he comes in and saves about 10 yards of field position right here. You're going to see as soon as that cover player turns to look for the football, Kadarius is like, okay, well, I'm in your blind spot. You can't see me. And I don't want this to go all the way down to the 1 yard line. So I'm going to pick it up. And I know it's risky. I know it can end up being a bad thing at the end of the day, but he's comfortable. He seems pretty comfortable as a punt returner. He doesn't look out of place. He looks like he understands things like this, and that's what you want to see. Some unpredictability, some excitement, and these are things that are going to happen every single week with Kadarius Toney. We're fielding punts. And this is something we're going to see every week too, because the idea of this offense again is to create plays in space for guys like Kadarius Toney. The Chiefs again had been running the ball well. They've been able to establish a little bit here and there with McKinnon as well as Isaiah Pacheco. But this play comes back to one thing for Kadarius Toney: manipulation, angles, understanding of the defense's attacking mentality. So we've already seen a couple things in this game where the Jaguars are trying to lay hits, okay? You can manipulate that. You can get that, bring that to your advantage. They're going to bring Kadarius Toney essentially on a drag route behind the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a play action fake to McKinnon off to the left. And then they're just going to pass it in space to Kadarius Toney to get him working in space. That's what you want to do. They move the defense on this zone play to the left, come back and hit him with Kadarius in the flat to the right. And this is where it gets fun. Understanding again of the angles that defenders want to attack him and how he can manipulate and still create after the catch with that. And now we get to see on the end zone angle exactly how he does it and when he realizes that he's going to be able to make this guy miss first. So here's the ball in his hand. Boom, he turns. As soon as he sees this defender start to come down, okay, he's getting low, he's getting low. So Kadarius understands right here that instead of just lowering my shoulder and taking a hit, hoping I bounce off, I'm going to make myself bounce off. Not only does he lower his shoulder, he angles himself, okay? He's not just squared up looking to, bounce off to the right. He allows himself to be bounced off to the right by angling the shoulder pads down, bracing for that hit, and letting this guy slide off of him, realizing he still has space to work with. And then he, again, seeing that these defenders are coming at him, they're going to try to push him out of bounds. Okay, this is what they want to do. They just want to push him out of bounds. He knows that. He knows they're not going to wrap him up. He knows that they're just going to try and hit him and try to push him out. So I see a little bit of space. Boom. Back inside. Unpredictability. When you can create things like that out of nothing, it really allows you to be that special type of player in space that he already was in New York as in his rookie season, and he's going to continue to do things like this in Kansas City and add more to the offense. And then we just see the things that he can do with the ball regardless. He can really turn upfield quickly. Cole Hardman has a little trouble doing that at times. He doesn't have the ankle flexion to dig into the ground and take a ball to the outside like this and just accelerate. Travis Kelce out there blocking, Andrew Wiley out there blocking. Love seeing these kind of plays, and he's going to continue to add. The Chiefs are really going to continue to add into his repertoire and get him in open field and do everything they can to help this offense. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited, and that's the big thing about a guy like Kadarius Toney. He adds juice to the offense where no wide receiver in this offense before he was there can make a play like everything we've seen just in this little montage of clips. So I really am excited about what he's going to do in Kansas City, and I hope you guys are excited too. I know you're excited because of everything that we put out on him. You guys are super pumped about. So again, make sure you guys are checking out the RGR channel. We're gonna have a ton of content for you week after week. If In Harm's Way is out, we got another clip of him coming. If it's not, make sure you tune into the In Harm's Way video that's coming out this week. You're gonna see more of Kadarius Toney in it, and also the big thing that I want you guys to focus on, hitting that sub button. Help us get out there, grow with everyone else in this channel, in this place, and continue supporting us. We love the support so much. You guys have been so great in keeping us up there and helping us grow. We just want to continue that and get out to more Chiefs fans. So hit that like, hit the bell, hit the sub, and we're going to continue to having so much fun every single week with what this Chiefs team is going to do week after week. So much like Kadarius Toney says here to the rest of the Jaguars defenses, I'll see you guys next time, and we'll finish this play with Kadarius Toney. You guys have a great day.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.